There's a relationship with our physical body that I am holding for people to enter that allows them to open that door to direct experience of what a magnificent, intelligent process the physical body is. What's amazing about the body and the mind, our bodies and mind, is, you can have a lot of theories and you can have a lot of paths to do it, but when it hurts inside of you, that's a very specific text. That's your text, nobody else's text. And the fact of the matter is, you can read 1,000 other texts and listen to what anyone else is saying, and it's not going to bring you home. What's going to bring you home is when you listen to that text, which your own life is creating, and realize that it's not to be drugged away or gotten rid of or surgically removed or whatever you want to do with it. That's where you have to learn love. That's where you have abandoned love. That's where you have an idea about who you're supposed to be and you're not being who you really are. Slowly feeling how you explore. The first thing I want to do is introduce myself. I'm Ruth Gould-Goodman, and I have been somebody who's been on a path of exploring who I am, what my body is, what my spirit is for my whole life, and big practice of embodiment. That's been the deepest part of my path, both in voice and in movement. This is what gets me ready. What I do is I have a gift, and the gift has come from the work that I have done in entering myself from this very same place that I'm guiding people to. And as I have entered this, I have entered an experience of multidimensionality, which means all our bodies are multidimensional. All of the universe is multidimensional. Our thinking is two-dimensional. You really have to be creating space in your spine, and the only way you do that is by actually pulling on the polarity between heaven and earth, which means you're going down into the earth, you're pressing down into the earth. Feel what that feels like to really root down. You're really having to use your abdominal muscles. And then you're actually lifting up through your skull from that root, and you're creating the opening in your spine to be able to make these movements. In this multidimensionality that I have gotten in touch with, I have developed the capacity to feel other people's energy and how it is that their thinking is moving their energy in their body. Okay, arms up, knees bent. Push against the earth and straighten your legs and let your arms feel the resistance of the air. And then I track with people this very subtle movement of energy. And as I do that, I begin to understand how they're creating a relationship with the present moment unconsciously. And in reflecting this back to people, there is a handle that begins to develop where someone begins to understand, oh, I'm doing that. If you really spend time with your breath, you'll be given the secrets of life. Yeah. here's your belly and your sternum. Your immune system is right under your sternum in the thymus. We're going to do an exercise here to begin to get just how powerful the pelvis is. We live in our bodies. A lot of our culture, a lot of our spirituality has actually taught us to live in our head, live in our thinking, live in our intellect. And we've also been educated into thinking of what is divine and what is sacred as being outside of ourselves. We are constellating ourselves with these belief systems. And there's something deeply off-center about these belief systems, which are ubiquitous throughout Western civilization. Through my own process of learning what it is that helps me to become whole and healthy, I have learned to bring my attention and intention back to my body. And I recognize that my body is my sacred text. Each person's body is their sacred text. And we're going to inhale first into the abdomen, into the front, and just see what that's feel like. And I want you to push out the energy when you get it full on the hover and feel the muscles all stretching. So we're going to do that. Inhale. Hover, push out, hold. Feel all that space. Now exhale, begin to squeeze the muscles and send the energy out. What I have understood and what my work is about is that information, that fragmentation, that pain that we feel inside of us is the language of what is divine and sacred inside of us. And it is the call to our attention to come back to that place in our body, to rewire, to understand how we are creating that constellation, that configuration of energy, to be able to look at the story that has created that and realize, oh, I'm the author of a story here that's creating all of this, and I have the power to rewrite that. We don't realize how much is shaped in a sound. Wow. And what it takes to create a vibration. And this universe is created out of sound vibration. And we have this amazing instrument, and most of us, once again, we use it in a two-dimensional way. When I work on someone's body, I'm exploring. And so I'm feeling all these vibrational qualities and textures. And as soon as I'll feel that it's like something's not right here. Something is out of sync. Something is not connected to the whole. It's disconnected. That'll be information for me. I don't know what it is. It'll be information. So I start to work with it because I know that it's calling me. It's asking for help. It's saying, I need help. So I'm alien here, and I don't want to be alien. And you're going to move and just really play, moving, and you can back up a little bit with your back. Awaken your back. Awaken it. Feel it. I want you to kind of move. Bend a little bit. Bend your back. Awaken the spine. We go externally to teachers to learn who we are. We put, please tell me who I am. Please tell me who I am. While our bodies are here for us to register every single thought we have and every relationship we have with the present moment is being registered in our body. I want you to kind of get to know what's here. How often do you spend time paying attention to how your back looks? Or we'll just paint a picture with our right hand. See what kind of picture you're going to paint with your right hand. And I want your right hand to be connected with your right arm. I'm going to do one more time. I'm afraid what's going to lift off. Here we go. One more time. I will help somebody by actually feeling where it's traveling. You know, because you'll be surprised. All of a sudden, it's in the jaw. You know, what was in the back, all of a sudden is in the jaw. And I say, can you feel what's happening in your jaw? And they'll, yeah. And I said, can you loosen your tongue? Can you allow that to travel, allow that to resolve? There's a thought there that you're not letting go through. So I'm sharing with you something that has a potency that, and it's simple. And you have to do it with care. We can't do it through thinking. Our thinking is too fast and too thin. And if we try to change things by thinking, we'll find ourselves constantly going back to the same looping trauma loop that has caught us in the first place. Some people do this meditation for hours. It's called tree meditation. We have this extremely intelligent system here that is fluid and constantly in motion and constantly communicating. And it is responding to everything that we intend for ourselves in the world and outside of the world. Sound is yum. 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 And once again, it's not a vowel, it's not a consonant, it's a vowel sound. This is a teaching that I'm doing. It's a teaching to return to a resource that's right here that has been eviscerated and abandoned and left in the gutter. Okay. We could do this forever. In fact, I want you to go home and do this all the time. What I'm doing with people is guiding their consciousness to have a moment of insight. So we're going to begin to pull our roots up from the center of the earth and let them come up, to be here in our everyday manifestation. I like to guide people into their heart because the heart is such an extraordinary organ, and to have them hold their hands over their heart and realize that at every single beat of their heart that they are infusing their whole body with nutrition, with oxygen, to the hairs in their head, to the nails in their toes. Begin to feel that there's a space that you're in, and it is thick with substance, and it's also inside of you, and you've tuned to that, and so all of a sudden you're in a world of interconnection. Hi. Hi. I'm guiding somebody to return to a very articulated experience of their physical body. But it's not, it's physical and it's not. It's like this body appears dense, and yet it is streaming with fluid, liquid, water. It's streaming with magnetic connections between every cell. It is streaming with energy fields that go outside of the body. We learn about this intellectually. We take in the fact we have chakras. We know the colors, but we're not living in them. Efficiency is the most profound thing about natural systems, whole systems. And what you're going to do, you're going to press your pelvis into where you're sitting. You're going to gather your abdominal muscles back to your sacrum. If you're sitting, pressing your feet into the earth, and you're going to begin to push into the earth to come up, coming up one bone at a time, slowly as you can. It's like coming back to the origin of ourself, retraining ourselves to learn from the most elemental basics of who we are from our own body. What is in the pelvis? What is in the heart? What is in the brain? Who are we? And I really am a resource. I have been doing my work for, it's over 50 years now. And I've studied so many systems I've been through, and I'm in no system now. It's through our senses. It's through understanding how to penetrate the tendency to intellectualize and to want to put words on things, want to name things, want to have an agenda to get something better, to make something better, and learn how to have a relationship with this living system that is co-creative. What I feel like I've learned to do is be indigenous. It's like there's a relationship with my body that has developed, which I think is very antithetical to the way our culture teaches us to have knowledge, which is very externally, it's like stamped on us from an outside source. And I feel like especially for the last 20 years, I've been really understanding that whatever I receive from all the things I've learned, what it is that I really want is reference points for me to enter and find my way inside of myself, to be informed by my own intelligence. So this is the kind of practice I want to share with you. And if we want to really become a master of our own mind, all we need to do is begin to listen to our body, to our emotions, to our feeling, to our pains, to our energy levels as a sacred text of what it is we actually are creating.